Good afternoon, and welcome back to TLR, the Ludicrous Report, episode 48. And if there's one word I can use to describe today's episode, it would be fetch. Because that's exactly what our show is going to be.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, we're going to make it happen today. We're going to make it happen today.
Happy Mean Girls Day!
Yes, Mean Girls Day. Like I said, welcome back to TLR. As always, your favorite duo across the interwebs, the beautiful Issa, and I am Joey.
Hello, Joey. I am
Hello.
Isa. I'm so excited to be here with you as we do every Tuesday. I don't know what it is that, I don't know what this show does to the weather in Puerto Rico, but I swear to you, it just started thundering. Every time, we could be having no rain. Every time I sit down for TLR, we get rain, thunder, like something happens. So,
hey, as long as you keep power.
Yeah, oh my God, I lost it yesterday 5 minutes before I was going live for my watch along. It's becoming a weekly thing, but now it's becoming I expect it to happen on one of my major stream nights. Now it's becoming a more than once a week thing. Now it's starting
your thing.
Yeah, but you know what? The landlord, the new building I moved into, has some people come out to do the estimates to put like generators and backup batteries and all that. So I'm hoping that it's a problem that we don't have to deal with much longer.
I get it, but still, you're here, and that's what makes me happy on this beautiful Tuesday. I don't know. It's very weird. We're in October. I can't believe we're in October.
I don't know what's going on. I told you I'm convinced the days don't have 24 hours anymore. I think time is going by way faster than that.
I feel like it was just like July.
Yeah.
Now we're in October, and I was in a store earlier, and the store was filled with Christmas decorations. And I'm like,
yeah.
What
I
happening?
have a friend, actually, sometimes he comes in the chat, Lego, and he works at a store that I love, and he was showing me how they pretty much skipped spooky season and went to Christmas decorations. And I was like, justice for spooky season, people. We get like a month and a half. Some of us starts in September, you know. Like, it's my favorite time of the year, and I feel like we get nothing. And what about Thanksgiving? Like, are people just not supposed to celebrate Thanksgiving anymore? What is happening? I'm not ready for Christmas decorations. I haven't even finished furnishing this place, let alone think of how I'm going to do it for Christmas.
I blame Hobby Lobby. Have you ever been to a Hobby Lobby?
Yeah, but it's not my store of choice, but yes.
Yeah, they have Halloween out in like May. It's crazy. And then they start Christmas like in July. Like, it's insane.
Well, I told my mom I bought these totes, like these plastic totes, and I told my mom because I got the new place. Now I'm just going to go when everything is on clearance and put it in totes and just have it ready for the next season. Yep. So, catch me in November buying all my spooky season decorations for next year.
Well, you know what I love to do after Halloween? The day after Halloween, you get all that clearance candy.
Oh, my God. It's National Candy Day. That should be National Candy Day.
Yep. No, it's insane.
That one and the day after Valentine's Day.
Oh,
you always get
that's
some
more
good
like depressing. I don't know. For me, it's
technically speaking, isn't that Steak and BJ Day?
Yeah. You know, today is National Boyfriend Day?
No, I wouldn't know. Joe. Thanks for rolling.
Every day is a national something. Did you know that this past Sunday, was National Coffee Day?
Yeah. A lot of people message me that, and I'm like, I'm still on that diet. I'm still just drinking nothing but water and starving myself. But thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, and today is, of course, it's Mean Girls Day. But
Roman, happy National Boyfriend Day, baby.
Tuesday should be National TLR Day.
Hell yeah.
What do you think in the chat? Like, should it be a thing? I think it should be a thing. I don't know.
It should.
But yeah, and it's Taco Tuesday. Go figure.
That's Joey's favorite day.
I already had my tacos today.
Already?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Lunch was around 12 o'clock. Tacos.
You're so disciplined.
I try. It's hard. It is hard.
It is hard. Hard. I don't know. My days always get so chaotic. I can never keep a schedule no matter what I try to do. I've given up at this time.
And you wake up early.
I do?
Yeah, see, I wake up early. That's why my day is more like structured like that.
Yeah.
Like, I wake up 7 o'clock, 7:15.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that we can get my habits back to good habits and good schedule. I've been dealing within my mom's doctor's appointments and then my own doctor's appointment. In Puerto Rico is the kind of place that they give you an appointment time, but that's not it. You don't know how long you're going to be there for. And that's really screwing up my daytime. Skip.
Yeah, I get it.
Now my mom is on remission. Yay.
Yes, Mama Diva.
Yeah, we're slowly figuring out what's going on with my stomach. So when we get that normal, that I don't have to be at a doctor's office 3 times every week, then I'm pretty sure I could get as disciplined as you, Joey. But I'll be asking you for some tips because you really are very. I love what you do. I'm the same way though. Like I seen you, you have your reminders for everything and all of that. I'm like, I use calendars and applications that they got to become organized often enough. Like they need to do it more often.
I never really use that stuff. I'm very much a person who like it sits in my head and I always know, but sometimes you just need like that extra reminder where like I started my mindset is I don't need to do everything.
I wish that was my mindset.
There are tools to help release some of the stress and the nonsense that we deal with. So if me taking some stress off of my brain, putting it onto my phone to remind me, why not? You know?
Yeah.
That's how I like.
I love a good to-do list, but the old school way.
Yes.
The writing it down. There's something about scratching the freaking when you get it done. It's so satisfying. I
have a little book that I have like a backpack that I travel with whenever I go daily to work at a coffee shop or whatever, and I bring this little notebook and I write everything in there, and it's like. I feel so old fashioned, but like for me, writing it down instead of typing it out, I remember it more.
Yeah, same. The problem is that I'm very picky with what pen I use, and my favorite pen just ran out of ink. I need to go get it. Like I am in desperate mode. I have to write a certain way, and not every pen. Man, you should see how many pens are laying around my apartment because I'll buy them, and then when I write them, I hate them, and I never touch them again. But my favorite pen right here just died on me. This is my baby. This pen writes beautifully, and I need to go get another one ASAP.
I lose pens so often because my cat thinks that they're toys, and he swats them off the table or wherever he sees one. He swats it, and it goes under somewhere, and I lose it. Yeah. But no, today's episode, we have so many fun topics to talk about. I saw what you sent me this morning. And I was like, all right, we're going to have some fun with this. And then I found other ones, and then I realized it was Mean Girls Day, and there's a lot of fun things to talk about. But let's start off talking about Mean Girls Day because a lot of people don't really see it as like anything. Is that something that like...
It's October 3rd. Yes, I love Mean Girl. Mean Girls is up there on my top favorite. I don't have like a top favorite movie list. I have it by genre because like every like comedies like teen movies. I think teen movies have their own little, but Mean Girls is up there for me. One of my favorites. I quote it all the time. I can probably quote the whole thing. It's been too long since I watched it, so I need to revisit it. But yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. I used to work, fun story, but I used to work at a home improvement store. Which obviously, if you know how I dress and how I carry myself, I look so out of place there. And they hired this other girl. Her last name was Ramos too. And she was like me, very girly. And we just looked like we didn't belong. And they nicknamed us the Mean Girls. So we accidentally bought each other the DVD for Christmas in the Santa exchange. Like it was the funniest thing. But the whole thing is like that we watched it. And ever since, it's been one of my favorite movies. So yes, October 3rd is a big deal for me. I love that movie.
When I saw the article that it was Mean Girls Day, there was so much depth to this article, even like showing like how people celebrate Mean Girls Day. And I've seen people do it before. I was never one to like, of course it's a classic movie.
Yeah, like a reference, right?
Yeah. But I never really saw people like actually celebrate it as like a thing. And then I saw like what people do to celebrate it. And then I started seeing it out over the years. And I couldn't believe like, wow, like this movie is so damn popular. It's like popular for people. It's more popular today for the younger generation because like
I hated that they made a sequel of it too. The sequel sucked. The musical in Broadway was actually good. I went to see it.
So I kind of want to go over this list that this article gives, talking about what people do or what cool ways people celebrate. They're calling it a holiday.
Okay.
So the first one is wear pink, obviously because it's, even though it's not a Wednesday, but you wear pink on Wednesdays.
It's funny that I wear Wednesdays on all of my Wednesday streams because of Mean Girls. Fun fact.
I love it. It says go to lunch with your friends and reminisce about your favorite Mean Girls quotes. Okay.
Oh my God, I could do that for hours.
Go do something fun like going to Taco Bell. Eat cheese fries and rejoice in the carbs.
Ew.
Spread a little joy.
Buttercorn.
Spread a little joy as a now older person and make some jokes, but don't take your wig off when you get drunk like Damien's Nana. Hit up the mall for a little retail therapy, just like they do in the movie. Take the stage and recite Kevin G's rap. Dress up in Santa Claus outfits and perform Jingle Bell Rock with your
I
besties.
done that. I done that way too many times.
This is a funny one. Get a blowout so your hair is so big you can fill it with secrets. And it says you can check out your local bookstore in honor of this slightly gross but still funny line from Amanda Seyfried's character, Karen. Gretchen, I'm sorry I laughed at you that time you got diarrhea at Barnes & Noble, and I'm sorry for telling everyone about it, and I'm sorry for repeating it now.
Oh, no. My favorite one from that line is, I'm sorry that nobody likes me, but I can't help it that I'm so popular.
You know what I really love? Not that I love, but it's so memorable to me from that movie. You know that scene where like they're all talking on the phone and they're playing like oh, hold please, and they go to someone else and they're all like talking about each other and they're playing fake. I feel like that's such a real way society is today. It's obnoxious.
Yeah, everybody's fake to each other, you know, and it's I can't go out. I'm sick. Boo, you whore. I'm telling you, I can quote this whole movie, but you're absolutely right. It's scary when you think about it, right? It's like everybody has that one Mean Girls character that they
everybody has,
but people out there are very fake, and you gotta watch out for that. You gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, I feel like this movie, like you look at it years later, and you look at it as an adult, more mature, and you see like how there's so many stereotypes that they're
compare the things to the jungle, and I'm like, it makes sense. Like it really be like that.
They make fun of so many stereotypes that we see today. It's like it's crazy, but it's still such a classic movie. I can if that movie's on.
Mean Girl, Clueless. Clueless is another one that I'll never change if it's on. And it's like, I feel Clueless is the predecessor of Mean Girls. You know, it's very similar movie. But yeah, there's a handful of those movies that are iconic that I never change. If I see they're on, I will stay and watch them. But yeah, it like if you go and watch Clueless, also you see the clicks, and some things are still that way today. The only thing that changes the way that people do things, the way that we throw shade. Now we use social media and some kind of weird caption, you know, but everything's still happening the exact same way.
Yeah, no, I loved it. It's cool now to see like what people are doing to like celebrate Mean Girls Day. I wish there were like other days like that for other movies. I know it's weird because Mean Girls, they did specific things like that, but I wish there was other movie references that we can make into like holidays, you know?
Yeah, well, everybody uses like May 4th, right, for Star Wars. There's a couple. Yeah. There's a couple, but some of us rejoice on October 3rd.
Yeah.
I love seeing that Mean Girls is still like such a cultural like thing. Like there's so many things that I love that are now making a comeback, and I'm like, okay, see, we were cool. You want to call us old, but you're like hanging on to the things that came out during our time. It's weird how today's generation is like, oh, this bunch of old people, but you're like living off of our stuff. Barbie, like Mean Girls. There's so many things that ours. Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, I'm done with that rant. But happy Mean Girls to everybody. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna celebrate yet. Maybe I'll break my rule and wear Wednesday today and tomorrow. I don't know. It's supposed to be only on.
Well, I mean, technically, you are wearing pink.
Yeah, the headset. Did I tell you that I did like last minute surgery on it? It's like hanging on by a thread.
Oh, that's right. You told me that you were thinking about getting a new one.
Yeah, I don't want to go spend $200 on a headset right now, Joey. I'm still furnishing this apartment, okay? So it's not on top of my priority list. So I have my dad like do this like voodoo on it, and it's working. And I'm like, don't nobody move it, don't nobody touch it.
I love that, but for us right now, it's still working. So
yeah.
All positivity. But I want to talk about this next topic here. Leonardo DiCaprio is in the headlines, and not for anything.
This one is crazy.
Yeah, not for anything that he's done, because you know everybody thinks he's so perfect and all.
But I used to have the biggest crush on him. Titanic, Man in the Iron Mask era, like he was just so freaking dreamy. Okay, fine, I'll admit it. I had the Leo crush.
But his Leonardo DiCaprio's Titanic outfit is going up for sale.
Yep.
And did you read this article at all? Because this is
I
crazy
did.
to me.
I
This
did.
is insane.
They think that the winning bid is going to fall somewhere between 115 and 230,000. The inside
That's a big gap.
actually, yeah, I know, right? Like you're
That's a
just
house.
like that's a reach. But the inside of it, you can see the custom tailor name, and it says Leonardo DiCaprio, August 1996.
Yep.
It is the outfit that he wears when he's teaching her how to spit. The legendary scene in the movie. But there's a bunch of other things that are going to be on sale at this auction. And
Yeah.
there's another one that includes a light up one of the Star Wars little mask thing, the C3PO.
Yeah, C3PO.
Okay, and the auction, they believe that could go for $1.1 million. I'm sorry, I would pay more for Leo's outfit than that mask.
See, for me, like looking at this list, I see Michael Keaton's Batman suit from 1989.
The Pirates of the Caribbean outfit, I would pay for that more than the Star Wars thing. But I never watched Star Wars, so are we surprised that I'm saying this?
I get it. I get it. No, these are not things that I would normally. Like, I would never. I'm not someone who who likes memorabilia like this, so I would never go buy like an outfit, even if I had that kind of money. I don't think I'd ever want to buy that stuff. If that makes sense. Are you a fan of that stuff? Are you a fan of
No, not memorabilia. It depends. You know, they had the bullwhip from Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, 1984.
Yeah.
I was trying to see which is that from Hunger Games? Hold on, let me go back. Yes, okay, I'll pay for that. Never mind. I'm sitting here saying I don't like memorabilia, and I'm like, yes, I want Katniss Everdeen's boat. Like, like that is cool. But that would be like, I would have to be so filthy rich to start looking at things like that and be like, okay, yeah. Is it cool to own it? Like, if you told me, oh, look, I own this, would I think you're cool? Yeah. Am I gonna spend, they think, $50,000 for this crossbow thing? No, Forrest Gump's worn out running shoes from the 1994 movie Forrest Gump, they're estimated to go at about $34,000. They look beat up. Like, they look like he really ran in those
shoes. Forrest, run. He did.
And there it is, the Captain America Hero Shield from the 2011 film Captain America. They estimate that could go for $115,000.
Insane. I don't really buy memorabilia. What I do buy, if I do buy anything, I buy replica belts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's.
Those are all gifts. And I didn't realize how much I like my belts until people started gifting them to me, and now I'm like, oh, I kind of want this one, this one, this one.
Yep. Make like a wish list.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like more of, like, sometimes WWE will come out with the wall plaque, for example, of a moment with like a little bit of the turnbuckle and it's signed by them. That is my kind of thing that you can decorate and put it in a room or whatever. But I never really bought any kind of memorabilia like that.
I get it. I'm just not. I don't know. I've never really been a fan of. A
lot of people buy these as investments, though. Look at that Marilyn Monroe dress that Kim wore. Like, the way that dress ended up selling to the. I think went to the wax museum for like millions of dollars. Like, people just buy them just because they know later on they can pull it out of the safe and save it for 3, 5, 10 times more. They're not even fans. They just buy them because it's an investment.
Yeah. And I feel like that is usually like these like even like older like movie directors who like do these movies and things like that to get that memorabilia back and have it as an investment. I think is pretty cool for them as well. Like, I don't know.
It is. I just wonder, like, what happens with, like, how are Hollywood studios selling these things? Why not, like, put it into, like, a Universal Studios, into, like, a museum and make your own money out of these things, you know?
You would think, but I guess they have so much money that they don't really, doesn't faze them.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's jump to this next topic here, because this one I find a little bit interesting. I kind of feel like there's some shade being thrown here.
Okay.
It obviously, again, involves Britney Spears.
Yeah, of course. She did come out with another dancing knives video, said that these are prop knives and everybody needs to relax.
Well, knives, prop knives, regardless, and no one should be dancing with knives around their dog.
Listen, it's giving us great memes. Let the woman live.
So for example, if you were to make a video, right? If you were to make a video dancing with knives
in my underwear,
I would be like, oh, that's sick. You could do that.
Right.
But Brittany knowing that there's a lot of mental issues going on and a lot of other things going on, trauma.
Yeah.
Her dancing with knives is a little bit like.
I think sometimes there's a part of me, right? I go 50-50 with Brittany. There's a part of me that thinks exactly what you said. This is dangerous. This is scary. And there's a part of me that thinks that Brittany is okay and she's trolling because there was a big like news report that they say, oh, don't leave her around knives. And I think like there's a part of me that thinks she's perfectly fine and she's just trolling the same way Sean Rossap is trolling in the chat right now.
I was going to say, we better stop talking about knives because Issa's going to throw one at Sean soon. I don't know. All love for Sean. We know Sean.
Yeah, he's your friend.
He loves you. I know he loves you.
I love him too.
He comes to our show specifically for you, okay?
Yeah, he always says hello. But let's talk about Kevin Federline because he said that he is rooting for Jamie Lynn and hope that she wins Dancing with the Stars. That's like, first of all, who is Kevin Federline anymore?
The big part here is who's even watching Dancing with the Stars?
Yo, I used to Dancing with the Stars used to be like I loved it, but I did like ballroom dancing for 15 years of my life, so it's just.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I won trophies, boy. I went to national, all of that. But so I have a soft spot for it. In the first few seasons, it was I think right before the pandemic is when they lost me, and then they brought Tyra Banks as a host, and then the main judge he ended up passing away. It's just something that I just can't watch anymore. But I used to love it because there would be some real like a lot of times you will have the criticism, but people will be like, "Oh, that was awesome," and then he would like really tell you about the steps and how you messed up, and a dance that to the eye looked incredible. You're not dancing that specific style, you know what I mean? So I liked that because I had to deal with a lot of BS when I would do dancing. But anyway, so I used to up until like about 2019, I was very faithful to Dancing with the Stars. So shut up, Joey. I told you I'm a reality TV junkie, but this one I actually had a valid reason for watching. It's sometimes I want to go back to it, but I'm afraid I probably don't got it. Like if I walk into a dancing studio right now, I'll look like an idiot, you know?
Nah, you still got it. 15 years, come on, you got it.
I can do salsa. I know that.
I can eat salsa.
The Argentinian tango was my shit. That's what I was the best at.
No, I like many wrestling fans. I think that I personally only know of or only ever see anything from Dancing with the Stars if it involves like The Miz or Nikki Bella being on there. Like you see it through the wrestling references. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I never really see anything for it. And like sometimes when there's big names on there, you see it in headlines. But like I didn't even know that Jamie Lynn Spears was on there.
Yeah, I wasn't keeping up with the cast. So I saw this report because you sent it. I didn't even find this. And then Britney's mom is sitting there just like rooting her on. Oh, yeah. I just get so annoyed. Like we really will never know the full history. We won't know who screwed Britney, what is going on. Like we don't know anything, but it just makes all of these people so cringy to me. Listen, I'm the biggest Britney fan, but including her because you don't know and because we never know the truth behind the situation. I find her mom cringe, her sister cringe,
they're all cringe.
Britney sometimes cringe, like because you don't know, and it's just like, why is this woman out there just rooting like her daughter on? Like you didn't just have another one that you completely screwed over. And what happened to her brother? She had a brother. Where is he?
Really?
Yeah. Imagine Christian Cage gets a hold of this family.
I hope not.
God,
he goes for the grandfather too, apparently. He goes for everybody.
It will be amazing.
Yeah. I just thought like seeing the headline itself, Kevin Federline, my fams rooting for Jamie Lynn, hope she wins. I feel like that was like a shade Like,
Yeah, but remember,
Britney.
he lost half of his income because one of the kids turned 18. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
where now Britney don't really legally have to give him anything because now she can kind of deal with her son on her own, and she wants to because it doesn't sound like her sons really want to have that much of a relationship with her. Kevin
Yeah.
Federline was getting a lot of money from Britney Spears. The house was paid for in addition to the child support. I will
Yeah.
hope that he was smart about this because these kids are growing. And I don't know how they do it in the States. If the kids decide to go to college, I believe she's still obligated to pay. So I'm not sure what's happening there. But yeah, maybe he's just throwing shade because half of his income is gone.
Well, the surprising thing here in the article, I'll read a part of it. It says Brittany and Jamie Lynn have had their share of beef over the years, but as we first reported, Brittany got a heads up that her little sister was going to be on Dancing with the Stars, and Brittany was fully supportive and apparently even excited for her. So, I mean, seeing the video of like Brittany, listen, we don't know context. All we see is the video. So, in my eyes, it almost looks like a mental breakdown she's having, dancing with these knives, and then her sister's dancing with the stars.
Well,
So,
her sister was a teen. Didn't she have a show or something that was
yeah,
kind of
Nickelodeon,
successful?
Zoe 101. It was a hit show. Like when I was growing up, that was a hit show. Everybody
I didn't
loved that
watch
show.
that. She was younger, but I always remember. Obviously, Britney's more in my age group. I always remember Britney taking her everywhere. I remember how much
Yeah.
they looked alike. I remember
All of the
pictures
red
of
carpet.
Britney in the red carpet with her little sister. Like, yeah, Britney pregnant, little auntie with the babies. Like, Britney really had a close relationship with her, which
Yeah.
is why I think it probably feels so volatile right now between the two of them, where you see Britney post something positive supporting her, then like throwing shade at her,
Yep.
because it's gotta mess with you. Somebody that you had the closest relationship didn't come to your rescue, but we
Yeah.
don't know if she really couldn't come to her rescue. Like, this whole thing is so weird that I just feel like I'm gonna buy the book, obviously, and I'm gonna read
Yeah.
it just because I support what Britney does. And this feels like it's the first project that she's done in her own in a long time. But I still don't know that even getting Britney's side and how much she'll be willing to share, we're still not gonna get the full story here. But Kevin Federline is just
He's there.
he needs to just relax.
Yeah.
He got lucky the right girl fell in love with him. I'm sorry, but it's true. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
true. He
He
didn't
likes
really
that.
go on to do anything after this and
He
whatever,
beat John
but
Cena
he did beat John Cena. But
and disappeared.
again, I do give him all of the props because he did step up as a dad. We do know
He
these
did.
kids have lived with them the majority of his life. They've grown up okay, and he stayed out of the drama and the spotlight. He did a couple of shows like Celebrity Fit Club, like silly
Yeah.
stuff, but he was never like out there. Like, he just took care of his kids.
Granted, we don't know the background to Kevin Federline. Like maybe he's got all these businesses that he doesn't need to be in the spotlight anymore. I personally have no idea what he does. If he's just living off the
He used to be a
land.
great dancer. I do know that much.
Yeah.
He
But
was like a backup dancer for her. That's how they met. Oh my god! Remember the show that they made? That show
yeah,
was it was literally called Chaotic. That's what it was.
so many of those like couples at that time had shows. Like you remember the show with Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey?
Yes, I was just on a rabbit hole about that because I remember that relationship fell apart pretty early
Yeah.
on. But allegedly, like, the producers, I watched a YouTube video. Imagine that the producer said that it was around the third season where these two, you could tell they couldn't stand
Yeah.
being around each other, and they were just putting like making a show for the cameras.
Yeah.
But man, it was a Jessica Simpson video I was watching, and like, again, I think I talked about this with you about Anna Nicole Smith, the way that we treated her back then and how
Yeah.
we owe her an apology now. My God, the world treated Jessica Simpson like shit. First of
They
all,
did.
people
She was
were
so
like all
talented.
over her being a virgin, and it's just like I watch these videos now and I cringe for the way that people behave back then.
Yeah.
There's like Nick went on the Howard Stern show. And he's asking about their first night because she was, obviously, if you guys didn't know, she married a virgin. She made it very public.
Yep.
Jessica Simpson had like the good girl image on like a Britney and Christina Aguilera back then, which she should have been bigger. Jessica Simpson's voice is beautiful.
So talented.
But they gave her
Beautiful.
the good Christian girl in the beginning, and then she tried to kind of like grow up, and people like rebel against her. They didn't want to see her like showing her skin and all. It was a
Same
mess.
thing
But
with Britney.
people treated her like crap. And then like the dumb blonde thing that half of the time she was just putting it on for for the show, which I think the best laugh she had is she's a billionaire now based on her freaking company and her clothing line and shoes line. And it's like so much for a dumb blonde, right? So, hey, like sometimes people don't understand that people put on characters or turn it on for the camera and that's not who they really are. But they really label her as the freaking dumb blonde for the longest time.
You know who I feel like kind of got out safe throughout that whole period? Like you said, Christina Aguilera. She never really got...
really, but it wasn't as bad.
Yeah. I don't really
Christina
remember.
went through a lot of BS when she went into her dirty era because
that's what I was
really
gonna bring
changed
up.
her look. And I'm telling you, it's like we get introduced to these girls when they're like 17, 16. They don't even know who they are.
They were
You don't know
younger.
who you are as a woman, and then next thing you know, they start finding those years where you want to be sexy and you want to do this. And everybody acted like they were their parents and they couldn't tell them what to do. And it's like, come on, every parent to a daughter have gone through the moment where they want to grow up and dress differently and look differently. Oh yeah, Mandy Moore was another good girl.
How
I love Mandy Moore. A Walk to Remember. I cry every time I watch that movie. Anyway,
she is beautiful. She's got to. I'm adding her to my list. She's beautiful.
Oh yeah, she's gorgeous. But
she's always been pretty though. Like every phase of her career, she's always kind of stayed the same.
It was just a shame the way that a lot of these people were treated. And you go and watch these pictures of when the press turned on Jessica Simpson for like gaining weight. And they were calling her fat. And you go and watch these pictures.
She's having kids.
She was not even that, but she was not fat. Like she was not fat at all. Like I'm like, what are we doing? But back then, the beauty standards, I know that the beauty standards will always be impossible to attain because now we're seeing all these filtered photos and this and that. But the beauty standards really were, you had to be 5'10" and a size 0 as a woman to be considered beautiful and skinny. If you were a 4, you were a plus size back then. Like, what is that?
Not even that. Like, kind of going back to Jamie Lynn Spears, like, she really made her a name in the media for when she got pregnant for being so young.
Yeah, because she was very young.
Everywhere. Mm-hmm. I think she was 16, 17 when she got pregnant. And it was like plastered everywhere.
That's Remember
people
Britney's
know her today,
virginity,
the younger generation.
When they asked, and they asked, like, speaking of her, but back to Britney, I remember when they asked Justin Timberlake if Britney was a virgin, and he freaking just said no. Like, how disrespectful is that? Like, I'm glad we live in a more open society and we don't do those kind of things, but it's like, listen, I say it every week, whoever, as long as it's consensual and legal, leave people alone. Their sex lives is their sex lives.
If they want to talk about it, they'll talk about it. And if they don't want to talk about it, then it's not your place to ask about it. You know what I mean? Like, certain things are just off limits until someone brings it up. And even then, be respectful.
Correct. Anyways, I don't think she'll win Dancing with the Stars, but we'll see.
No.
I don't even know who's in the cast this season, so I can't even tell you.
I have no idea. But let's get to our main event today, because this one is kind of one that's been going on for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, Travis. I'm over it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I am too. Like, Taylor Swift is dating a football player. Good for her. Like, she's dated more famous people. Why are we making a big deal about this? Because he's an athlete?
And she's leaning into it a little too much. Don't you think?
I don't know. I obviously, the game, I believe, was on Monday, so I was streaming Monday Night Raw, so I wasn't watching. I just saw that it was all over my timeline again.
It kept showing her.
Why, though?
Because it's Taylor Swift, and she brings, look, the title of this article. Taylor Swift.
Well, the husbands that have wives that hate football, they're like, but look, honey, Taylor Swift is on the game, so the wives sit down and watch the game.
Yep. It's just crazy, like, how society just, like, the media throws a ball and the people chase it like it's meat.
Yeah, well, there was a picture of them, not at this game, but the week before, where you could tell it was taken sneakily in like an after party. And I was like, is that the point that it's getting, that somebody's just like within their circle? Because you can tell that was a close, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like sneaking a picture to sell it to TMC. And it's just like, you know what? we were just talking about the old eras. It's still not as bad as the paparazzi era back in the day, like the Britney
No.
Spears,
Britney
Princess
Spears,
Diana. They
Umbrella.
like it's nothing like that. But Taylor is getting there right now with the kind of attention that she's getting, and a lot of times I don't think it
She
makes any
likes it
sense.
though.
It's like, why do I care if she's dating? I don't know. I don't know because uh, maybe she does like it.
So let's go a little deeper into this because it's so easy to talk about this, and I think you and I are both kind of over like Taylor's this whole thing.
I
Right?
I've never been into Taylor Swift, so yes, I'm over it.
Let's dive deep into this because when I was in Florida last week, I was talking to some friends and someone brought it up and we were talking about like how like conspiracy theories.
Mhm.
Let me ask
Oh,
you your
uh,
opinion.
now you got my attention.
Exactly. We go down the rabbit hole of conspiracy. Do you think because we actually have yet to see any proof that they're actually dating outside of people confirming it, like friends or whatever. There's no pictures of them like and
Well,
even if
there's
there
a
were
picture I told you about. It looked like they were at the after party at that football game she went to, and she has her arm around him.
but even then, like anybody can kiss,
But
anybody
it's
can.
like really funny because I treat you like that. Like we could be out somewhere.
Yeah,
I might put my arm around you. We're not dating. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
We went to Applebee's
there.
in Detroit. Are we on a? Are we married?
It looks like a date. I tell you, it looks like a
Exactly.
date. Like,
Yeah.
and that's a very valid point. Saturday, I went to an after thing after the wrestling event. I was literally the only chick at that table. Like there are girls out there that buy better with dudes, and all of their friends are guys. So
Yeah.
it's just like, what if she's just hanging out, or
Yeah.
what if
And
they're
just
just
running with
not?
the
Yeah, what if it's not luck? What if they're just enjoying each other's
yeah.
company?
We don't know if they're really good friends or they were seen together once and they got attention. So they're like, all right, you know, you are a great football player. I am a great artist. If we keep doing this, we're going to be
Maybe she's
positive
doing it for him too, because wasn't she getting some
publicity.
attention before with the Eras tour and all that? I feel like we're talking about Taylor Swift every week.
Yeah. It's everywhere.
So
And now it's like,
so do you think she needed to start dating a football player that so you're telling me, oh, hold on. You're
yeah,
telling me that
go
this
for it.
might be like a publicity stunt on both of their ends?
To raise both of
Cause
their
he
stocks.
publicly like went after her, and she did the whole. I think it's so romantic. No guy has ever publicly approached me. Oh,
Well, look, he's a young guy.
he's not even that cute.
To the public eye, he's good looking, right? He's a young, good looking stud, great football player. You know, didn't he win the Super Bowl last year? Like he was part of that team that won the Super Bowl.
I don't know.
I don't even know. Whatever. He's a celeb. He's becoming like an athlete celebrity that people you know. And since when have we had one of those? When was the last time that we got one of those? Like an athlete who became like a well-known celebrity, like a Kobe or like a LeBron. Outside of being great at their craft,
Right. I know what you're saying. That went mainstream. That
yeah,
everybody knew
mainstream.
who
There
they
you go.
were, whether they watched the sport or not. Yeah, Kobe, LeBron, Derek Jeter. You know,
Yeah,
that's about it. There's only a few names. It's the same with wrestling. We talk about it all the time. The niche. We know who
yeah,
these people are. Take it outside of your circle and see how many people actually know who
yeah,
they are. There are athletes that worldwide are known, whether people watch the sports or not. And this guy is getting to that level, but it's
yeah,
because of the Taylor Swift thing. And now the article that I sent you that sparked this conversation is about how much the ratings went up, and it was the
yeah.
most like
For
watched
female,
by female
since
game.
the Super Bowl.
But I mean, I believe anything, right? I do, but and maybe she does enjoy that attention. That Joseph just brought up in the chat, and he's absolutely right. Like she closed a whole restaurant last week just to go eat
Yeah,
there, and it's just like, okay, well, how much are you like letting it get to you? Because there are certain restaurants in like LA where you just walk in and there's a celebrity in every table and nobody's
yeah.
bothering anybody. You know what
No,
I mean? So it's like
yeah,
no restaurant needs to be closed down for anybody. And I'm talking about prime places in LA. Yeah,
yeah,
you're gonna have to wait months to get a table there because people do their diligence and reserve things ahead
yeah.
of time. I don't know. I mean, it could be a possibility. Maybe she just likes him. I mean, Taylor Swift has always been controversial with like dating all of these people. But it's like, as a dude, do you really want to date Taylor Swift? She's gonna put your business out there, whether it is with publicity or whether it is on a song.
Yeah. Look, one of the first photos that they had taken together, it was them. It was a video of them walking backstage. They weren't holding hands. They weren't even like touching. They were just walking side by side. And the jacket he was wearing sold out online.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the power of
her mom jeans sold out too. The mom jeans that she wore for the last one.
If she wasn't there, that would not have happened. You know what I mean?
But isn't he quite a popular player, like outside of like before the Taylor Swift? Didn't a lot of people knew who he was?
I feel like so him and his brother were against each other in the Super Bowl last year. So that was kind of like how like their stock really raised because like one of them, they were both on opposing teams for the Super Bowl. And I think Travis Kelce was the one to win. His team won.
Right. I remember now.
So that lovey-dovey story really brought them out in mainstream. And I feel like
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I know I heard this name before. Yeah. I'm not big on football right now because the Giants suck, so I don't pay attention to it. Sheldon just made a point. That's what I said. It's like if you date Taylor Swift, you're gonna be put on blast, whether it's with all the publicity you're gonna get or whether it's on the song that she's gonna make and people speculating about what X that is. Yeah. I used to tell my friends that I never been into her music, but this woman is like gonna be like me, single forever, just because she like. Well, in her case, mine is by choice. Her case is like, who's gonna want to date her? She's gonna put all of her stuff in. Maybe he likes the attention. I don't know. I'm personally over it. Like, let's just talk about the football and let them date. Like, who cares? Like, if it lasts longer than 6 months, then let's get back to it. Because no offense, and I love that for her. I'm doing me right now. But it's like Taylor Swift has gotten into so many relationships since she's been a thing. That it's like hard to even keep track of. So it's like if he makes it past a certain period of time, then maybe we should be talking about it. But right now, they just started. He might not go anywhere.
I look at it like this to kind of tie it into
the Giants fans food Taylor last night.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad.
And she lives in New York. The best part is that she actually lives in New York. That's probably why she got booed. So sell out.
She's got nothing in her head or nothing in her brain. You know, like
she stays up too late.
She stays up too late. After we get off here, you have to go look at the videos of people. They were showing her, and she's like cheering and waving, and people were like, "Boo!" This poor girl like has no idea what's happening.
Because like people like you don't want to take the attention away from football, and ultimately that's what they're doing. Can somebody tell you who won the game? No, but they can tell you that Taylor was there, and it's just like if you're gonna do a publicity stunt like that, then like. For him, at least, do it to bring attention, but not you just bring attention to yourself, to your relationship status, and also to add to your little conspiracy, so you can tell your friends. Have you seen his exes?
No,
because he seemed like he had a type, and it doesn't seem like she fits this type. And I'll leave it at that. Okay, I'll leave it at that. She just looks like it's a completely left turn from the kind of girl that he was dating before her. And I'm like, hey, I'm the kind of person that don't have a type. Like, but this, like, it just seems like you were repeating a pattern. Now you just went this way. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, and it's not to sound bad or however it comes off. I apologize in advance.
Ha!
But any guy that gets attention from Taylor Swift is taking it.
Yeah, of course. That way, like if Bad Bunny says something to me.
No guy is turning Taylor Swift down.
You're right.
That's it. Plain and simple.
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of wholesome couples, can we talk about how Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner went official by making a Gucci freaking spread?
You know, they are. See, that's how it should be.
That's couples goal right there. I'm like, the first time he ever posts anything officially with her is a freaking Gucci ad. Like, that's gangster right there. And it's so well done because, you know, they've been traveling for Paris Fashion Week. Like, it was perfect. And I love the picture of them at the airport. But I was like, you talk about pregnancy announcements? That's a legit way to announce you're a couple. Like, we just did this Gucci spread together while we were over there. No big deal.
So to kind of like tie up this Taylor Swift stuff, like let me put it into an analogy that like is more like personable to us. Like, let's use it as a wrestling reference. Let's use Bad Bunny in a wrestling reference, right? So if there's a wrestling show going on, right, and Bad Bunny's in the crowd supporting his friends or just to be there, whatever it is.
Right.
Are they showing Bad Bunny 15 times during one time? They're showing him one time. They're saying, "Oh, look, Bad Bunny's here. He's waving. He's cheering."
Look at Wrestle Dream. There was a lot of the athletes from Seattle teams that were there, and you saw they took pictures with them backstage later. They were shown once. Even when LeBron went to the game like all that, they showed them once. You get the little name play. Hey, I'm here. What's up? And they don't keep showing them. They don't go back to them unless they're gonna become involved in the show. You can tell when they're gonna become involved.
Unless Taylor Swift is getting on the field to score a touchdown, she doesn't have to be. She doesn't have to be shown 15 times. And
That's
I bet you there'll be a song coming out called Touchdown or something. I'm telling you.
Like, God, no. Titan.
Sitting by the fire, up late.
Look it up on Twitter. Somebody asked ChatGPT, like, why are we using AI intelligence for these kind of things? I don't know. I use mine to ask alternative names for Edge. Go check it out on my TikTok. But somebody asked ChatGPT to create the lyrics of the Taylor Swift song for her breakup. It slapped. I'm like, yo, somebody produced this song. Like, the girl just posted the lyrics, and I was like,
we need to use AI and have Drake sing it.
Oh my God! Yeah. Isn't it funny that we have all this technology and we're using it for the most horrifying things? Like, I like not horrifying in a funny way, right? Yeah. Like, we could be so advanced, but we're just using voice to make meme deep fakes. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
Honestly, it's crazy where we're going with AI, but. I don't know.
You know what? Before we wrap it up, I have not watched anything. I haven't even had time to go watch Saw. But I wanted to say, did you see that Mr. Beast became the first sponsor? Like, his logo is going to be on the Charlotte Hornets jerseys. A YouTuber, an influencer is going to be the logo on a sports team uniform. That, like, it's amazing how much things have changed and how much, like, being an online thing can really, really do something to people. Because I remember back in the day, because it's so easy to become internet famous now, especially if you have a niche. I get that, right? Like, you can go somewhere, nobody knows who you are, and the next thing you know, you're somewhere else and everybody knows you.
Exactly.
But the fact that people used to be like, oh, you're just internet famous and just shoo you off. And now these internet famous people are having enough money to buy freaking sports team from the fame they got from being online. Like, it's crazy to me. And as a creator, I'm a geek. We always talk about this. I'm a geek for that kind of stuff. That's historic. Shout out to Mr. Beast. I can't believe how much he's done.
And he got in such great shape. Have you seen
him? Yeah, he's been looking great.
Wow. Like, good for him. I honestly thought he was going to be training for something with wrestling.
I thought he was going to be training for some stupid celebrity fight or something.
Probably. Who knows?
No, he better not do that. That's like the Pulse thing. You know what I mean? Like,
don't go there. Stay out of that. You're doing well in your life.
I'm a little pissed off that Logan Paul's still doing this still in fight, because I was like, once he signed with WWE, I thought he was gonna like stay away from that because they're so rigged. Just say they're rigged.
I'm surprised say that they're rigged. Stepped in somewhere and
I don't think WWE can tell Logan Paul what to do.
Yeah,
I think they probably have him on a per appearance basis kind of thing, and they give him all of the freedom because I don't know. You don't find it weird that they haven't like signed anything with Prime? They still advertising C4, you know, or maybe they have a long term with C4. I don't know, but I think that I would love, if I was a fan in the world, that would be one of the things that I would like sneak through to read. It would be like Logan Paul's contract, because he gets so much freedom to do what he wants. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I think that kind of wraps today's show, right? Because we said we didn't really watch anything else other than
I just been watching Survivor, the first episode, fun stuff, and then the first person put it out quit, and it just makes you wonder. Like, I was going to talk about that with Big Brother too. It just makes you wonder, like, what is casting doing? Like, millions of, like, thousands of people submit, dying to be there, and you casted a person that quits on the first day. But whatever. No, I will try to get to Saw this week, so I'll at least bring that next week. But I don't have anything. I'm ready to call it a day. Maybe we can just wrap it up before we talk for 2 hours.
Right. We can do that regardless.
Yeah, we can.
But today was a fun show. We did a lot of interesting topics. I love when we talk about things that are happening. We kind of go down the rabbit hole and we kind of break off different things and conspiracies, whatnot. That's what kind of
It's pop culture casual conversations. That's what we do here.
yeah. It is, and we're the best at it. It is.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But I want to thank everybody for tuning in today and being engaged in the chat as always. Always see returning names, which is an awesome thing to see. But if you haven't already, subscribe down below. All things from the Know Your News channel right here on YouTube. So many other podcasts and other great content here. Jimmy Van has done, some cool stuff with this channel. So subscribe and watch more content here.
We'll be back next Tuesday.
Hell yeah. 49 episodes next week will be. Yeah.
Ooh, let's go.
But yes, so we'll see you next week. And thanks for watching.
Adios.